Let's start on the sad notes by paying tribute to the former head of Interim National Government, ING, Chief Ernest Shonekan, who died in Lagos earlier today at the age of 85. Shonekan, a boardroom guru, succeeded General Ibrahim Babangida as Nigeria's leader on the 26th of August 1993 until 17th of November 1993. He was ousted in a palace coup by the late General Sani Abacha. A sad loss. Tunde Abaton, Chief Ernest Shonekan, has been very quiet after that episode. Popular interim national government, that's contraption. That spent like how many days? 71 days or so?
81 days. Spent exactly 81 days. You should know that the man was actually not a politician. He was a boardroom guru. He was brought in to bring in his own vast experience in business to governance. So asking him to head the interim national government, I think, yes, to stabilize the polity. But unfortunately, because of the perception of the people, he could not be allowed to do what he could have done. And remember that before he was even brought in, he was head of the National Transitional Council under the same President Ibrahim Babangida. So when the transition ran into stormy waters, he has to be brought in order to organize another election. Unfortunately, after 81 days, he was kicked out because of popular opposition to his government. So, but as a boardroom guru, I think the man tried his best. He joined UAC in 1964, rose to become the chief executive of the United African Company. And it was there when the company has to re-strategize to place Nigeria on, and the company on the sound footing. I think he tried his best as a boardroom guru. But as an interim head of interim national government, I wouldn't like to say much because it came at a time when Nigeria was really troubled.
Olabisi, your fond memory of Chief Ernest Shonekan?
Well, I think he governed for just 81 days, and really 81 days is too short a time to actually even make any form of impact, if at all. So, but he did come in, and we had that stability at that time, and the fact that he wasn't even a politician helped matter a lot. Deliberately, he was there because he wasn't a politician. So I just commiserate with the family and with Nigeria as a whole. He tried his best, he did his best, and may God just comfort the entire family over the loss. Okay,
BKO in Abuja now. BKO, as at that time, I remember the Tempo magazine, PM News, the news magazine, everybody that fought against the dictatorship of General Sani Abacha, or General Babangida to Sani Abacha, you guys had, you had something to write about the illegality of that interim national government. Okay, I don't think Judas. Babajide, that time, what did you write about Chief Ernest Shonekan during the infamous 81 days of that interim national government?
You know, many Nigerians will remember the administration for the fact that it was an idea muted by Olusegun Obasanjo. It was President Obasanjo that came up with the idea of the interim national government because Obasanjo didn't particularly want Abiola to be president, even went as far as traveling to East Africa to rubbish Abiola's integrity. So he came up under the ADGN with the idea of interim national government. And of course, that idea was bought. So for many of us, we just felt that the wish of Nigerians should be respected. Nigerians freely voted for Abiola, and that any attempt to bring someone in his place would not be tolerated. So the military thought that by bringing someone from Ogun State, that they will successfully placate the people of the Southwest for the crime of annulling the election. But it turned out that the people did not want Shonekan because he was not the person that they voted for. So they opposed him, and even when Shonekan went to the UN to say, look, democracy was on an irreversible path in Nigeria, we knew that it was just a matter of time that that lame duck administration would be kicked out by the military, because here was a Sani Abacha who already was being referred to as Khalifa. Khalifa means successor. And for reasons best known to President Babangida, he allowed, after he retired senior military officers, he left Sani Abacha behind. The suspicion that many of us had at that time, and as journalists who believed in interpretative journalism, the suspicion we had at that time that there was a pact between Abacha and IBB to have Abacha also have an opportunity to be president, because it was Abacha who was widely hailed as the hero in April 1990 when the Oka coup was foiled. If Abacha was truly interested in becoming head of state, maybe he could have succeeded. But he was the one who was running here and there and giving instructions and ensure that the coup was foiled. So Abacha badly wanted to be president of Nigeria, and he was already being referred to as Khalifa. So for President Babangida to have left him behind after retiring others, it meant that he had plans, to allow Abacha to become president. And despite boasting on the floor of the United Nations that democracy was on an irreversible trend, the military kicked Shonekan out of power. And Nigerians will recall that though they were told that Ernest Shonekan resigned, Nigerians did not see any video in which Ernest Shonekan was reading his resignation letter or declaring to Nigerians that he wanted to call it a day. What they showed us was a still picture, and then here was Ernest Shonekan addressing behind the still pictures. So I'm convinced that he was forced to resign. Probably they even wrote that speech and forced him at gunpoint to read that speech. Otherwise, they should have shown Nigerians the video where he was reading that speech and telling Nigerians that he wanted to resign.